Hi, welcome back to Cheyenne, Wyoming Urban Gardener. This is Debbie, and I just wanted to show you an image of a beautiful Christmas cactus. I know, it's the wrong time of year, right? For a Christmas cactus to bloom, at least I call them a Christmas cactus. I think they're called a Thanksgiving cactus in other places, and probably a couple other names. And it's not their official name. I forget what the official name is. It starts with a Z. Anyway, absolutely beautiful bloom coming on. It had already bloomed once, and it was pink. And now this bloom is red. So it does bloom a couple different colors, which is pretty interesting. So there are a few cactuses in the pot you can see here. Looks like 3 that are in there. And then I actually had a piece break off and I just stuck it in and it has started off itself and it actually has a little tiny bloom on it. And then this one was another piece that had broken off and another smaller piece, and I got those propagated here in this little pot. So there'll be a second one that'll be coming on soon. I think I see a little bitty bud on one of those as well. So we have that going on. I am having a rough time with this purple vine. I call it purple vine. There's another variety that's a little bit more hairy. Looks similar, but is more deep purple. I'm having a little bit of issue with it trying to get this one propagated. But it is rooted and it is growing because it has gotten longer. So I guess I just need to change out the soil, maybe figure out something else for that one. And then of course I still have lots of these little succulents left and I'm not real sure what these are. I never got the name of them. I got them given to me and they have just continued to have more babies and more babies and more babies, and I've given these little pieces to everybody. But anyway, that was just a little project that my daughter had, was getting a Christmas cactus. She loves succulents for some reason. I'm not a great fond of them because other than like pear cactuses and having like pear cactus fruit or something like that, I like something that gives more food. Anyway, so that's that. And I was just looking here, looking at all my seedlings and just seeing how nice and healthy they look. This was the second run of, it's either going to be the super sauce tomatoes. Unfortunately, I did not label them. So it's either the second run of super sauce tomatoes or the Kellogg's breakfast tomatoes. Either way, I've actually got 2 sections of these tomatoes if it's the Kellogg's breakfast tomatoes going on. Plus I have 2 sections of super sauce. So either way, it doesn't matter. We got those going on, and I did notice today, look at all those little starts. Got all these tomatoes going on, and I'm probably going to have to end up giving up or giving away some because I just don't like killing them by thinning them out. So I'll probably separate these up and get them in pots and then start giving them away or finding a farmer's market or something like that. But I've got, as you can see, the second run of the Kellogg's breakfast tomatoes. The Sun Sugar Gold cherry tomatoes. Didn't have a whole lot of success with those last season. I only had a couple of plants that survived. But they were very, very delicious, the ones that did. And I think they like more heat than we have here in Cheyenne. But I'm going to give those another run again. It looks like I had almost 100% germination out of all of these. I just have 2 little spots, but I did notice that there is one coming up in that little hole, and then there's another one back there that's coming up, so it looks like I'll have 100% germination on those. Haven't seen anything as yet for celery. I do have some celery seed that's planted, and I actually may order some pink celery or some purple celery as well, which is more of an Asian variety, just to try that out. But this is the Utah celery, and I haven't seen it come up yet, but someone said that they do like a little bit more heat, so I may just set those on top of the radiators that we have here, because let me show you our radiators. They all have these slabs of marble on top and they stay really, really warm, so I may just set that on top of here. I have a little bit of some basil drying right here, some basil that I had cut off. I just sit it up here, it dries, and I put it in a bag. So have that there. And I did notice my basil coming up. As you know, I have grown basil all winter long, and this is what it still looks like. I have cut it back, and I have picked, and I have used leaves and stuff like that. But I did go ahead and get some more planted in there, and they are coming up. You see all those little seedlings in there. I even had one come up over here. So I should have seedlings come up all over in here. Basil is a warmth-loving plant. So sometimes they will not come up very well if it's not exactly like 75 degrees or more. And right now in our house it's 70. So it's kind of pushing it a little bit. But as you can see, I still have no issues with things coming up. And a big surprise was I have been waiting and waiting and waiting on my peppers to come up because I really need to get them started. Because we've got about, let's see, about 4 to 5 weeks before they really start needing to go outside. So I needed to get them up and going, and finally I see seedlings. In fact, that second one right there just popped up just a little bit ago. So once they get a start, they really get moving. And I noticed those, and I saw some more little loops coming up, and some more over here. So it looks like the ones that are coming up first, and they came up exactly the same time. You can see it, it's right here. There's one right in there. Is the sweet long peppers and the giant Marconi. I haven't seen anything as yet on the King of the North pepper. So I'm a little surprised by that. I figured it would be a little bit more hardy. Actually, I might see a little seedling right, yep, right there, teeny tiny. So there is a little seedling coming up there. So they are coming up. So it looks like they're about coming up all at the same time. So it's been about 21 days, which is pretty accurate. I was getting a little worried. I was like, well, doesn't look like I'm going to get any germination. I'm going to have to either sit these on top of the radiators or maybe just start over entirely. But surprise, they're coming up. So I'm very happy about that. And as soon as it starts warming up on weather, I'll start carrying everything inside or carrying it outside and then back inside, just so we start getting it acclimated. And there's all of my leeks. I don't need a super ton of leeks. In fact, I had almost every single one of them come up, so I'm a little surprised by that. I did not get good germination on my onions, and I think it may be from where the seed came from. They came out of Texas. And I've had a couple of issues with some seeds and with sets for onions that have came out of Texas. So didn't get any come up on the white Spanish onions at all. You can see there absolutely nothing. And I only had a handful come up of the red onions and the Walla Walla. So I may try to seed them outside again just to see if that works, or maybe just reseed entirely. And see if we get some more germination quality out of them. I'll sit them on the radiator, see if that helps. But onions are pretty hardy, and they usually come up even when it's a little bit cooler weather. So I'm a little surprised that I didn't get more germination quality out of them. And I did have more than this that had came up, and they just kind of died back. So not too happy with that. We'll try the seed again. I still have some seed left, and see if we can get that going. But everything else is doing fantastic. These are the super sauce tomatoes, the first run. You can see those there. Looking like beautiful seedlings. I mean, some of them could even go outside now if it was warm. But we'll keep them inside and, of course, keep letting them grow. And you see the cabbages. They look fantastic. I have fantastic growth on them. The red cabbage even. These were the little bitty seedlings that were left from the broccoli transplants. I did not kill them off or thin them out. I just went ahead and left them in here to see if they would pick up and grow, and they did. So they're looking great. I'll get those into bigger seed cups soon. I mean, everything, I had a very good germination rate. And here's the other super sauce that I have not put into cups yet. I just kind of left them in here, see what they would do. They did not get spindly at all. They look great. And I'll separate those out and put them in the larger cups soon. And now I've got my cauliflower coming up. Remember, I reseeded those, and they've really started coming up now. They're a little bit staggering. This was the original older plant that had made it, and they're just, the new seeds are starting to come up now. I only had 3 artichokes out of the 6 that I have planted, at least so far. And that's probably because the seed that I have is getting pretty old for the artichokes. We ordered them offline or online, and it's been at least 4 or 5 years that I've had the seed because I don't need very many, but 3 artichokes is about all I need. So hopefully all 3 of these will make it. And that'll be plenty of artichokes for us. And here is the giant tomatillos. They are looking like, well, tomatillo plants. They no longer look like little seedlings anymore. They're getting pretty good size. They're probably about 8 inches tall already, and got some pretty nice big leaves on them, nice healthy stems on them. This is about what they look like when I transplanted the ones I picked up last season from, I believe it was Menards that I got them from. And then here is all of the yellow pear tomatoes seedlings that I started from seed. And again, I started these giant tomatillos from seed. These were not bought. So looking great on those, and the yellow pear tomatoes look fantastic. I went ahead and put them over here in the window just to get them a little bit more strength and to get them to stand up a little bit better, and I've been turning them. And that's another tip that you can do if you have plants starting to lean, like they're searching for the light. Just turn them. Just turn them around every couple of days, and they will straighten back up, as these have. They're perfectly straight, perfectly fine little plants. Very happy with germination quality this season. Everything looking great. And I can't wait to see more on those peppers coming on. And I'm so fascinated with these leeks because I had such a problem trying to get them started last season. In fact, I just finally gave up. But these look amazing. And these were King Richard leeks. I actually picked these up, a seed packet, at a garden center in Fort Collins, Colorado. And all of them came up. And I only planted a little pinch of them, not even very many at all, because I just didn't want a huge amount of leeks, because leeks are pretty big. So anyway, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell for notices on new videos as they come out, and we shall see you in the next one.